Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kween Talk. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm the Marquise along with Precious and Mashawn, and Jojo say he's gonna come in.
Jojo gonna be on CPT time again today, but we ain't
See,
gonna say nothing.
I guess he coming on Eastern Standard Time.
Y'all not
Anyway,
gonna do him like that.
Baby, Quick gonna show up like they do at the family reunions, honey. When the food done,
Y'all not gonna do my baby like that.
it's
And
all out
we've
of
talked
love.
about
and the
this.
baby and the people that show up late bring the Tupperware and already prepared their food first.
That's all right though. They bring extra for other people too.
Anyway, wait,
Y'all not gonna do my friend.
but we not doing him. We not doing him at all.
We do this out of love. She know that.
It's always out of love. It's very
all
much so
love.
out of love.
We love Jojo,
Okay,
but
so
we talking about another
Jojo Siwa puts. That's how you say her name, right? Siwa.
I don't know.
Siwa.
I ain't
Siwa.
You know who this
Huh?
is?
Jojo Siwa puts the L in LGBTQ, and a lot of parents are not happy about it.
Wait, now, are we for sure it's the L and not the B?
It's the L.
Okay.
Well, she says gay, but she says she's gay.
I mean, gay could mean anything. Now.
Gay can mean anything, but the L is for the gay females, lesbian. So I mean, she don't like boys.
Right.
So yeah. Okay. So so obviously we here at Queen Talk don't see an issue with it. I mean, she's how old? What? 13, 14?
I thought she was 17.
Is she?
I was gonna say she's kind of grown up here.
She's definitely grown.
is.
Just
Oh,
a bit.
yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Baby,
So,
look, she's definitely
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is why we're here. So,
Yeah, she's definitely
okay. Well,
grown up
she's
here.
she's way old enough to now know what she actually wants. There go JoJo. Here he is. Hey,
girl.
me
Gotta-
girl.
Girl, I can't see her.
Did she
I was
coming
gonna
out?
say,
She
got the little-
taking her sweet time. There she is.
Baby.
Hey, JoJo. Oh wait, connected her audio. Y'all know Zoom take forever to do
Now
things.
now, people, you got us on thumbnail video, huh? Not speaker view.
I have, yeah. Thumbnail, yeah. Hey,
Hey,
JoJo.
Hey, girl.
Hey, ladies.
So
y'all
glad you
doing?
could finally join us.
Still looking like where's Waldo? Go ahead, girl.
I know, right? Look, it's cold outside. I just woke up and I took the trash out, and it's like, what the heck? What happened to the
She forgot to put her heat on.
And I'm in a new, no, I'm in a new room. I'm not in my bedroom. I'm in my den. Like we convert the garage into the den, so we don't have control.
Y'all fancy. Y'all got dens and stuff. I just got a kitchen.
Yeah, you sound like me. That's literally the same renovations I'm doing over here.
Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
we don't call it a den. We call it either a foyer or a keeping room. Here.
We
Well,
got
the
a
foyer-
kitchen.
The foyer is just like when you just walk in the house.
It's like a little breezeway. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Girl, a den,
I'm sorry. All right.
Okay. All right.
No.
Y'all with y'all fancy rooms. We got the basic stuff over here. So
It's basic over here.
Basic over here, girl. What you talking about?
Shit.
Anyway, so a lot of parents are not happy about Jojo Siwa coming out as gay because she's an advocate for a lot of kids.
How old is she?
She's 17.
She's 17. I've been corrected that she's 17. I thought she was younger than that.
No, baby, you looking at her old school shit.
Somebody say, is that her?
That's her.
Yeah, that's her now. More recently.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. It is. I like her eyebrows. Okay. Anyway, so the issue is that for those of us who have been following the story, she's losing fans and she's gaining fans, but I'm not going to say the kids don't care. It's the kids' parents. They feel that Jojo Siwa is just sending out the wrong message now. So I'm like, what makes her more different now than what she was just a month ago?
I blame Boosie.
We're just gonna throw him out there.
Getting to these parents.
Just put it on out there, why don't you?
Getting to these parents.
That ignorance getting to the parents. And you know what?
They've been, baby. Boosie got it from them. Like that's been, right. Like that's not Boosie's
I'm gonna say this. It's more. when it comes to Boosie or whatever his name, Bourgeois, whatever his name is,
Fine.
he
Bend over, bend over.
I have gathered the concept that he just says shit that gets him attention, which is
Yeah.
which is what celebrities do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
part of it. And I really think that that's how he feels. That's how a lot of people in our,
Right.
especially in our community, feel.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of parents out there, a lot of people out there who like to pretend they don't have a brain, who actually think that a minor could actually get a sex change.
Hmm.
So, and these are the same people who say Jojo Siwa is now a bad influence due to
I,
What
due
do
to
they
the
think is
girl.
going
I
to
just need
happen?
to
Like their
right.
kid is going to
I would
watch
love to
and
know
be
what
gay too.
I would
I
love
don't see
to
what
know.
the
I
I
would
don't
love
see
to
what the
know.
bad influence is because I mean it's not like in her music because this is what she does now. In her music, she's not saying anything that she
Well,
hasn't said before.
she hasn't. Well, I was doing research on her, and she technically hasn't labeled, what she technically is. She's just saying that she's for, everybody's assuming that she's LGBTQ, but I mean, she could. Well, people are assuming that just because she repped, she have the whole LGBTQ stuff that she's a part of the LGBT community. She could be. We don't know what she could be. She could be a huge supporter, like a lot of these celebrities are, like Gaga, Christina, Britney, Madonna. They're all huge supporters of the LGBTQ community. So we're still over here passing judgment that she could be, if she is,
Well,
congratulations, it's her life. But if she's not, she could be a supporter. But as I'm saying right now, this girl is pretty much, she's 17. She's pretty much almost an adult. I mean, she practically is an adult. She can make her own decisions. She's making her own money, for crying out loud. I mean, she can do what the hell she wants. So I don't
well,
see why
it,
I don't see why
she
it's being.
came out on her Instagram.
Right.
So I mean, she's not just a supporter, she's actually part of the LGBTQ now.
Right, but she didn't specify that she is. She's been throwing hints. I mean, we could all take it and take the bone and just throw it.
So
Yeah.
we get two different things. Quickly saying she is and she came out, but Marshawn said she didn't. So
Well,
let's.
I'm going by
But I was
the
going
headlines
on it.
and the articles I've been seeing and reading, and it says that I'm trying to put up her Instagram because it says she
because
came out
I've been looking up art because
on her
as you were talking, I was
Instagram.
looking it up and like she really hadn't like came out and said anything. Everybody's just assuming a lot, and which is what the media does. Assume.
Yeah, assume that
So
is
what are they
true.
saying? What are they saying she's coming out as?
Gay,
Bi,
They don't
lesbian.
know. They're just
lesbian.
assuming. They're saying that
But
she's lesbian. People saying that she's
the
bi.
matter of like for the matter of the argument is that it's okay. It should not even matter
Right.
whether she supports whether she is LGBTQ or whether she's a supporter. I mean, like I said, these are the same people who know nothing about the LGBTQ. They just have an idea of what LGBTQ is, and like their entire concept of us
Yeah,
is
that's their
that
preconceived notion.
is
Right.
that we're just a group of perverts. We're just a community of
That's true.
perverts or whatever.
But
And
what?
like Precious said, she's not putting it in her music. She's not putting it in her YouTube videos or anything like that, talking about, oh, this is how you be gay. Oh, this is being gay is better than being straight. That's not what she's saying. Whether she just showing support or she's just pretty much accepting who she is, and which is what all parents need to teach their kids. I mean, out of the four of us on here, Precious is the closest to a parent, period, by her
So
being a
you are a
teacher.
parent, huh? No?
I have
I
a
mean,
legion of godchildren.
Okay. That's
not a
okay.
lesion.
I was gonna ask you as the parent on the okay, my bad. I don't
Right.
Technically speaking, you can say like as far as like with my godchildren, I have them and I'm very like close and
Yeah.
very close and very active in their upbringings. And for me, and it's not just about having people that are close to me in the LGBT community. It's more so about the simple fact that as a parent, you're supposed to teach your child that, at the end of the day, you tell them they can be whatever they want to be, but they can't be gay if that's what happens. Or
Right.
you can be an astronaut if you want to, but you can't be gay. And that for me is an issue because how can you tell that child that they can accept everything that you want for them, but you don't want them to accept how they feel and how they choose to love at the end of the day? I mean, you can't tell me to accept one part of me and not the other. So
Right.
I just feel like, what does this young lady coming out and saying, okay, I'm finally ready to accept this part of me that has possibly always been there. Why is that such an issue for you? She's
And you,
not your daughter, so why does it even matter to you?
and this is
At
why
the
a
end,
lot of, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
oh,
Go ahead.
you can go ahead.
Oh. And this is why a lot of celebrities now, like, they started their career in the closet, and it's not that they just want to be in the closet. It's a. I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, it's a game changer. Like
It is.
that could
It re-
take your relevance from left to right
and it
or
really is.
whatever.
And the thing
Well,
about it is, I've noticed
because
too.
people are so ignorant.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Ignorant.
the ignorance, and I noticed too, like even with watching a lot of the like just the different reality shows, whereas people on there have been talking about how, they say, well, I have my career and I'm already established in so many things. But the moment somebody finds out that I'm gay, or the moment that somebody finds out that I'm not one of the normal people, I could lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it should, I guess for me, I just feel like it shouldn't be that way. It should never be that you have to
It
hide who you are to be accepted by
it's
the rest of the world. I
it's
mean, you've been
very
the same from the get go. So why
yeah.
does this one thing
What
about
that
me have to
characteristic got to
change?
do with your abilities and your talents and your
Right.
qualifications and
Let
whatnot?
Right.
me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all out there judging everybody because let me tell you something, baby, because gay people have been over there slaying y'all heads
Jojo,
since they
shut
want, but
up.
half of y'all will be looking a hot ass mess. Quick can tell you too.
I'm sorry about to go out.
She
Okay.
does. She does hair for a living, bitch. And I bet you any money, baby, all y'all mamas out there talking about saying I wouldn't let myself. Well, bitch, you walk around looking like a damn chia pet all the time, bitch, with your hair looking all fucked up. No.
Better ask Kim Burrell.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's Kim Burrell,
Better
baby.
ask Kim
But
Burrell.
then she lost all her sponsors, baby, because she said that shit. Well, guess what, baby? You gotta pretty much wear
Cause
synthetic wig
baby,
for a living, baby.
Nobody,
baby,
we're in a day and age where nobody's gonna let you be hateful just on TV. There
No,
are
because
consequences to you
no.
that's
being
so
hateful.
stupid. Like
It
you're
is
But
what it
hating
is.
somebody
it's
based off
like
who they are. You're hating somebody based off who
it's really, and people don't realize it. You can't say that you hate gays and you're rocking gay fashion. Gucci, Louis, all that, Michael Kors, all them
they are.
are
Gay
gay.
designer.
They're gay designers. So you're being homophobic wearing a gay label. And so, in case that's I'm just gonna throw that out there for those homophobes watching so you can learn something in all this stupid.
And
So
I
And for
have
those
one
out
even
there, and
better
for
for
those
you.
out there
But you got precious.
right, if you're
I was
those
gonna say I got one even better for you, because all of y'all saying it based on your Christian beliefs, but I know when you go to church, you still clapping your hands. And I'm gonna leave it
because
at that.
half them songs are written by
still
gay
I'm
artists.
clapping
gonna leave
your
it at that.
hands.
They
Your
written by
hands is
gay
still
artists.
clapping, your feet is still tapping. And if that
Because
music
you
ain't
know who
right,
is up there making the music sound
Exactly.
good.
And if the
Right.
you're
gays
gonna
are
have something
making
to
the
say if that
music,
music ain't
baby,
right though.
that's like living in a
Okay.
glass
Queen,
house
queen.
with
Shut the hell up.
stones.
Let me stop.
See, I caught that. That's why I said that. He knows why I said
I
that.
know why you said that.
Come
We
on,
all know
He
why
know
you
why
Marianne.
I
said
said
that.
that.
Marianne.
But
Okay.
it is,
Girl,
I
I'm
mean,
just being honest.
but at the same
Don't.
time, I do applaud the parents who are taking this more logically or whatever. Even if the parent don't agree with Jojo Siwa, it's not that they're not forcing their child to not support her, because she's not putting it on blast through her products or through her music or whatever. And it's hard. Like, okay, you see kids her age or kids who start out her age literally twerking their ass on social media or whatever. This is a wholesome little girl doing little girl things like she's supposed to, staying in a little girl lane. But
But yeah.
it's not. I mean, you got other girls her age, or other girls who started who rise to fame at an early age, out there doing adult content,
Drugs.
drugs and shit,
Yeah. Like,
and
look
they
at Lisa
haven't
Logan
even
and the stuff
reached
she was doing at that
18.
period.
right. And I think a lot of parents are afraid is that, like we were talking about earlier before we started recording, about how they're afraid that their child can end up like it's going to influence them. First of all, baby, if things like that really influence children. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some things that influence children, but I think if something that really influenced kids, then honey, half of y'all would be living like the Huxtables right now, having together families and not
Because we came up on the Huxtable.
the Huxtable. Y'all
We
not
came up on a different world.
on Full House.
We
The
came up on Full
Jeffersons,
House. We came up on
Martin and
different
Tina,
strokes.
honey,
Fresh
And ain't none of
Prince.
y'all,
y'all get to
minimum
be
of
just like
y'all,
them.
are married
Mhm.
are married with children.
Because a
It's the
lot of y'all
minimum
not
of
married.
our
Y'all
generation.
having y'all not married. Y'all having all these baby mamas and don't even put a ring on it. Y'all y'all barely want to put a condom on it. So what the
But we
fuck?
worry about what other people do in the privacy of their
Right.
bedroom. And that's why we can't get
Oh, we
anywhere.
can't get
And
nowhere.
people are like, oh, y'all so lucky or whatever because y'all like it's better now than it was before. And I'm like, honestly, when you look at it, if you need a law to protect your rights,
Mm-mm.
not based off of ethnicity, but based off of assumed sexuality,
Mhm.
it's not better.
Yep.
It's not, it's really not, because we have to have a law that says you can't fire me because you think I'm gay.
And it's sad that
Because of your religious freedoms.
Because of
I
your
think with the
religious freedom.
but with the
And
parenting thing, I think it's I think a lot of it is they have to desanitize themselves from their mindset back in the I think really the 70s, 80s, 90s. That's back when gays were coming out more
right.
so in the public light, and everybody, because the gays were coming out, people were demonizing gays
But
more so. Like I have this
the straight camps, the
yeah, yeah. I have this loved one that had told me that back in the 90s, I think everybody knew that he was gay, and a family member came up to him and talked to him very, very ugly because he was hanging out with people that were obviously gay in the church and whatnot, like the
right.
musicians and whatnot, and talked to him very ugly. That's perverted, and you're gonna bust hell wide open, things like that. But as time progresses and you see that person, I mean, that sexuality, no matter what that person did, is still there. But they're still your loved one. And I
Right.
think that other person who was being very hateful, the mindset kind of changed over time because you realize this is a person just like anybody else. This still my loved one. You're not no fucking vampire. You're not. You are a person. You are
Well,
still.
people still think they could catch gay in the air.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the parents, they have to decode themselves from their thinking because it was so instilled in them all this time that that shit ain't cool.
Well,
Right, this, that, and the third.
well,
So it takes time.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
No,
didn't
yeah,
mean to cut you
no,
off.
that was it.
Well, it's hard for them to do because they thought it for so long, and you know, nobody wants to ever come out of their comfortable place of
Yeah,
thinking.
when
Nobody
you
ever
got
wants
something
to
instilled in your
say
mind of belief all that
right.
time. Yeah,
Nobody ever wants to say, "Oh, damn, maybe I am wrong. Oh, damn, maybe I did fucked up when I said this or whatever." Nobody
the
ever
whole belief
wants to.
system was wrong the whole time.
Right. Nobody wants to ever think that they're always wrong because when, like they say, miserable loves company, and if I come to you with a more logical narrative, it goes from a mature argument to a fight with words, to a what they call it, to a war of words, if that if that makes sense or whatever.
Hmm.
It goes completely left. It goes to you disrespecting me and everything because my narrative is more logical than yours, and you realize that, but you won't ever admit to that. A lot of people won't ever admit to that, and they bring that to their kids. Precious could tell you firsthand. I mean, okay, I heard this from one of my junior high teachers. She said, "I never been to any one of y'all's house, but I know exactly how your household runs because it goes through your children."
right.
Okay, they had to learn the word faggot. They had to learn the word dyke. They had to learn but they had to learn all those words
And
or
they have to
whatever.
learn how to hate.
They had to learn how to hate, and yes, you look at the parent. I don't ever blame the child because the child is going to mimic what the child grew up around. I don't ever blame the child. Okay, And even if they, and I'm tired of adults saying that that's how they were, that's how they were brought up. At a certain age, you realize right and wrong. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree with me, but keep your negativity over there.
And I'm gonna tell everybody this too. Like these kids that are growing up now, and and like it's a thing. It's a good thing you brought that phrase up. Like it's how they were brought up, honey. Not everything that your parent teaches you. Like now, these parents today, like now the old school parents, like our parents, like there are a lot of things that we don't agree with.
Right.
But not everything that your parent, you know, instilled in you. Not all that's gonna be always right all the time.
Because
Like
things change.
right, things change. You have to go with the times. And that's like by you, like I'm saying, like we're all on here. Like a lot of our coming out stories. We've had successful coming out stories. We haven't had successful coming out stories. I mean, that's the way of
Bless
the
you.
world because the world, looks down on us as outcasts. And we're minorities and we're double the minorities. Me, Jojo, Kwee, we're black and gay, so we're double the minority. So I'm pretty sure, like, even coming out for anybody, you will, and I'm gonna tell this to everybody, you will lose a lot of friends, honey. You will be
Yeah.
ghosted. And if somebody ghosts you, honey, respect the dead and never disturb them again. That's all you got to do.
That's it. Because Precious, even you, like when we were in high school, you can't even be friends with people.
Can. And it's so horrible because it's like I can recall when I was in high school, there was an incident that happened with me where
Mm-hmm.
somebody, back then, of course, MySpace, Bebo, all of that was popular.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hacked my Bebo page and they put on there to say that I was a lesbian. And so I'm like, of course, now, being an adult, I know nothing's wrong with that because I know what I like. I know my sexuality. But of course, then it was like people literally started attacking me without even knowing what was going on, without even
Right.
realizing that, oh, well, even if she was, what changes?
Be-
And
Yeah.
But
it's
and
just
it's
like
not
it just made
even
me so mad
what
because I feel
irked
like at the end
me.
of the day, if I'm the same person that you sat next to in first hour, and
Mm-hmm.
my friend in first hour, we was cool. Nothing was the problem. You going to the games with me whenever it's time for us to have dances at school. We all hanging out. We doing whatever. But just because you thought that I was lesbian, or you thought I was somewhat different, now all of a sudden you attacking me. You had a problem with me, and I don't like. I've never liked that. I've never been okay with people who can do that because my thing is, if you can act like that about me for something small that's a rumor, what would you do if it was true?
Right.
Like, how would you act if that really was my life and I was really dealing with something like
Yeah.
that or trying to come to terms with that? What would you have done to me
I
then?
was about to say back in 2006 or seven, that might have been. The
Mm-hmm.
people wasn't probably as gay friendly as they are now. But to be honest with you, if that would have happened now,
People
if
were
that would have happened in
and
2020, you probably
people
still get
were
the same
committing
reaction.
suicide. People were
Unfortunately,
committing
2020,
suicide for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and coming like okay, me and Precious went to the same high school. We're in the same class, and you know, I had other friends, but it was always me, Precious, and Germ. And every time you see us together or whatever, like when that rumor did happen, what really pissed me off, it was that because I was like, okay, I ain't gonna worry about who did it because you'll never find out. Still to this day, don't know. I don't know.
I was
And
gonna say I know. I
oh,
bet you she ain't gonna say nothing like that no more though.
okay. Well, we'll talk
So
about
this
that
wasn't like
later.
some random, like somebody that hacked your MySpace and put that on there purposely.
Somebody that I know, and I'm not gonna say that person's name.
Oh,
Maybe they might remember because they still actively follow me on social media. But this person who
girl.
I was friends with this girl, and I used to go to her house a lot, all the time. And her sister hacked my social media account and did that. And the thing about it was that made me mad. It's like whenever it happened, I'm of course I'm like, you my friend. So I'm telling you, I'm like, girl, yeah, this what happened. Can you believe this? Whatever, whatever. And you was acting like you ain't had no idea what was going on, knowing all along that your sister did this. So of
Hmm.
course, me and her, we literally Like it's a hey and bye when we see each
People
other
don't
now.
ask shit. If they see it, it's true.
Right.
They saw it on Bebo, so it's
Right.
true.
A lie is
Yeah.
sometimes always more entertaining than the
It
truth.
Oh,
is
of course.
because
Of course.
a lie.
But when the lie gets exposed by people, when your stuff gets exposed by people, it's a whole different thing. Because what people have to understand is that everybody is sensitive in their own way, and people commit suicide behind this. And of
They
course,
have.
I don't know if y'all remember the death of Tyler Clementi that happened, back in 2010, when Tyler Clementi was a student at Rutgers University, and his roommate literally filmed him, having,
I think, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
and he committed suicide. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if the guy who did it got off, I'm not sure. But, and it's scary because we live in a world where, it's not, you're not, it's like you're not
People
allowed
are
to
getting
be,
famous
right.
by other people's expense.
You're not allowed to be accepted for who you are. And it's sad because like now,
Hell, you're not even allowed to accept yourself.
right. And I think that's changing. Times are changing. They're slowly changing. I mean, I'm not saying they're slowly changing, they're quickly changing. Everybody's starting to see, and learn. People are learning. That older generation is dying out, and a new.
I just want to know why are there a lot of people just afraid of equality, and why? I mean, okay, I'm not forcing anybody to accept me, but you got to respect me. You're gonna respect me. You're gonna respect people like me. I'm not asking you to come to my house. I don't pay your bills. You don't pay mine. I'm not asking you for favors. I'm not asking you for any of that because you have a narrative of how I should live my life, and you have an idea of what a part of my life is that gives you just enough power, I guess, to say, oh, you going to hell, oh, you just disgusting, oh, and all that, just out of nowhere. Like are you that much uncomfortable with yourself that you can't stand to see somebody who finally accepted themselves as who they are live their life?
That's not what it is. It's moral superiority. It's like a
It
superiority
got to be.
complex. Like,
And
it's all about
because everybody needs
it's like
somebody.
as long as I agree with what Jojo just said, because it's like the thing about it is, as long as there's something wrong with you, I can keep you in that box.
Right.
And I can always keep you under me as long as something's wrong with you.
Because
nothing's wrong with me. I'm perfect. But as long as something's wrong with you, I can keep you in that box.
Because
people get off on being better than other
to
people.
make them feel superior. Everybody needs an inferior to make them feel superior.
Right. It's all about, it goes back to power, because Jane Elliott said it best. We're all afraid of sharing power.
We are.
Don't want equality. So when you look at one group of individuals who claim to be superior, and when you ask for equality, they want to stay at the top. They don't want to share that power, because when you share that power, who's going to be superior? Like there's always has to be somebody who's superior in the end. Like nobody wants to share that wealth.
Throw religion in it. They throw religion in it just to be even more wrong. Like, okay, I get it. Church is church. However, I don't know if I saw this video years ago about this musician who did an interview about his father, who's a pastor, and his father came out to his church. And as he came out to his church, and as he was just explaining how he could not get up there and tell them how to live, and he's not living in his truth. He's telling people, he's preaching people how to live or whatever, and that he's tired of faking it. He's tired of putting on a fake smile to please other people. The congregation who's been supporting him for years literally just getting up and walking out while he was talking. And at the end of his
I remember that.
And at the end of his service, it was literally just a handful of people that were still there. It was just literally like, I mean, I get it. You don't agree with it?
Wasn't that on a show?
I saw a clip of it on Facebook, but it was on the show.
That's kind of where it came from, because it was on. I remember they were on Iyanla.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was to say. I do remember that they were on Iyanla.
he was like, I'm not gonna lie, the pastor was devastated because, I'm congregation, no church, but at the same time, I could literally see the relief in him. He was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not about to preach all of this and still stand up here and lie to y'all.
Sorry, this is why I'm not, knocking y'all who still do Christianity and still follow the Bible stuff. This is why I kind of strayed.
But hate is also in the church,
right.
And a lot of people don't want to realize that.
Right.
Like there's a lot of hate in the church as well.
Any religion that teaches hate is false to me, and I feel like a lot of Christians that go around, which is why I've strayed far away from Christianity, because I've seen more hate being taught in the churches than love. So that's why
hell shit. These days you got parents who never set foot in the church teaching it to their children.
I don't waste my time. I've pretty much, and like I said, there's people who probably look at, I don't deal with churches anymore. I don't really deal with reading the Bible or anything anymore, because it's, to me, by it being taught, that you're supposed to hate a certain group of people, but then at the same time you're turning around saying he's supposed to love. So what is it? Does he hate us? Does he love us? Like what's going on?
I honestly think it's a question that you would never know. And me, the way I see it, everybody have their own perception of the Holy Bible. Everybody does. Everybody has their own perception of the Holy Bible. Does there being different versions, and then now different, I guess, sub religions within the same religion, if that makes sense. But I feel like this. I could do my very best as a person. But the one thing I'm not gonna do is live a lie. I'm not about to go get this woman and marry her and not love her 100%. If I can't love you 100%, I'm not going to entertain you. I'm not about to be that DL closet case, because that woman never did anything to me and she don't deserve that. That's a nice, wholesome woman. You deserve somebody that is willing to give you all the love you deserve. That is not going to be me if I don't love you. Same thing with another dude. I'm not about to, just because you're a guy doesn't mean that I want you. Mm-hmm. It's all about how, like, my mama taught me to be truthful to myself.
Now, don't get me started with some of them dudes that be thinking that
we gonna leave that alone. But I made a post. I don't know if y'all saw. I made a post. I said a lot of y'all out here are raising DL men, and y'all okay with that, and it's true. Because baby, toxic masculinity, it always come down to toxic masculinity. Don't do that. That's for girls. Girls do that or whatever. He can't wear a pink shirt because girls wear pink or whatever. He can't play with his sister because his sister needs to go play with other girls. You need to be out there playing football or baseball or whatever. And I'm like,
there was actually a post on Instagram I saw by this fitness person, who I'm probably going to unfollow after this, that made a post, and I'm not even going to say who he was.
Kels?
No, this is a person. I'm not going to say who they are because they don't even need to
retract that statement, sir.
I retract that statement then.
They don't need to be relevant right now. So he made a post saying that society is making men more feminine. So I'm thinking to myself, well, how?
How
is society doing that? Half the time you see society condemning. Society's pretty much, I don't even know how society is making them more feminine.
Society is going from left to right. Like, you don't know which way to follow society.
I was so confused by that.
Society goes from left to right. But my thing is, I would pay attention to the community I live in. But society can actually kiss my ass.
I don't understand why.
I don't think either of us on here live to please society. No. What is society doing for me? What is society actually giving me?
I think people who make those statements the world is evolving. People are changing. Like I said, nobody's more and more people are refusing to live in a box. So people who make those statements like me, the society is becoming more feminine or whatnot. No, people are just living the way they want to live. Shit, right. Everybody's not conforming to what people, this world, like, this isn't the 90s, the 80s no more. People are doing, right. And that's what I would tell some of my friends, even gay friends. They would still try to down talk um film gays and whatnot. And I'm
Right.
like, you know what? No, that they're probably some of the bravest motherfuckers out there.
I mean,
Uh,
they the reason we got a voice now, really.
yeah,
Right.
so I could never laugh at a film queen just because of who they are. But I mean, live your truth,
Now
like
some of us, now
because they
some of
feel
us
like the
doing
film
too
queens are
much.
the ones that get the most recognition or whatnot on TV, and it's like, but that's not the true representation of the gay community. I'm like, I don't. I mean, that they exist. Like,
First
who
of all,
cares?
first
I
of all,
mean,
Jojo,
just
it's funny you said that when they said that's not a representation of the gay community. You should ask them, well, what is your representation of the gay community then?
exactly.
Since you like to put that out there.
Because we could scream that one black criminal is not a representation of the black community, just like they scream one white racist is not a representation of the of white people. But a femme queen, a flamboyant queen doing the most is a representation of the entire LGBTQ community. And
There's a reason why our symbol is the rainbow. There's a
we're
reason
we're
why
the minority of the
we're the
minority.
minority of the minority. Like we come in many
I'm your
ways.
favorite minority.
We the reason why our symbol is the rainbow because
Okay,
we
OG.
we come in many different colors and we make up the spectrum of the community. Okay, this is why our symbol is a rainbow. We come in many different colors. We make
Right.
up the spectrum here, honey.
I
So
remember I saw this meme where it was a state like back when uh, um it's like right before like the states one by one pretty much were allowing gay marriage. And I this was around the Texas flood. um Shit, I can't think of a time frame. However,
You
it
know,
was
it started
like,
in 2003.
yeah.
So,
So it's but no, this was during Obama's administration. So
mm,
I want to say what hurricane that was, Hurricane Henry or something,
Irma.
or Irma that flooded Texas. It
that
was
Irma.
was it Harvey? No, that
Harvey, Hurricane
Harvey.
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 It was around Hurricane Harvey, and I want to say it was Ohio that it was another state that
Trump was in office then, but okay.
was he?
yeah,
That was 2017. That's why I was like,
Okay, well, it can't be
that was
Hurricane Harvey.
recent.
Oh,
Wait a minute. So, how,
no, 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 no,
okay, go
no.
ahead. Tell your story, baby.
This was back then. Then well, this was further than that.
Because I'm
I'm sorry,
confused.
I cannot because
oh my God,
it's just been so many hurricanes.
for real.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
anyway, Texas denied it before it became a national law, and they flooded while a rainbow shot over the state that approved gay marriage, and it was hilarious to me. But I was like, "That's true though," because I'm like, "That's true though." Or whatever, because when you accept people, it's really nothing bad comes out of acceptance. I'm gonna say that nothing bad comes out of acceptance. But when you try to prevent people from being happy and you prevent people from being who they are, you get destroyed. The result ends in your destruction. And that whole meme was a whole should have been a life lesson for everybody. Just accept people for who they are or whatever. You don't have to make somebody your best friend or whatever. You don't have to invite them to Thanksgiving dinner, buy them Christmas presents or whatever. But it's easier to accept people for who they are than to just waste time that you could be doing something else, putting elsewhere, preventing people from being happy. And that was Texas trying to prevent people from being happy, trying to prevent people from living their best life, and they got destroyed. They got destroyed. But nobody wants to preach that in churches. Nobody wants to teach that in schools or whatever. And the parents, it's a lot of parents out there that don't need children. They don't deserve children
Mhm.
or whatever, because just because you're not physically abusing them or degrading them, but you're teaching them to degrade other people, that's abuse that they're not going to realize was abuse until they get older. Until they get older, your child may grow up to become this successful business owner, this successful entrepreneur, but you taught your child, but gay people don't deserve shit.
And sometimes it's gonna be too late.
And then he shows that off of what you taught him, because discriminate, like, there's it's a fucking lawsuit, okay, for discriminating somebody against somebody just because of their sexual orientation. It's a That's illegal now. You know, well, it's illegal again
Right.
because Biden overturned it.
It'll be back in the Supreme Court because of religious freedoms. That's all they
Right.
count about now.
Yeah.
It will be back.
Right.
And let me tell you something about Amy. Amy gonna have
And Brett.
she gonna have a cakewalk with that one, baby.
Baby. But but he lost it all because of what you taught him, because you hate gay people. Because you don't like gay people. All his hard work going down a drain because the two gay couples he turned around are the gay person that he didn't hire because he was gay filed that lawsuit and got everything. So that is abuse, and you're teaching your children wrong. I'm not a parent. I'm not, but I am someone's child. So what I'm going to say from my perspective as someone's child, I thank God it wasn't my mama, to raise me like that at all, because if it was, I probably would still be in the closet. I probably be the biggest DL closet case there is out there, or whatever. Because I'm too afraid to live myself and live in. I'm too afraid to be myself and live in my truth, or whatever. So I just thank God it wasn't Kanye.
I mean, there's one thing about my mama. Even though I grew up in a Christian household, one thing that my mother always taught, me is that always love one another. That's one thing. My mom actually stuck true to the true religion of Christianity and how Jesus was, love everybody. My mother is accepting of everybody. Just like when I, told her about me being gay, my mother was so accepting.
Baby Sharon says she already knew.
Baby Sharon,
that would be the highlight of our friendship, bitch.
I mean, regardless if she knew or not, she could have been said something about
She could have been said something. You could have been at the house.
And could have threw me out or anything. But the thing is, though, she
well, didn't she ask and you kept saying no?
My mother,
and he said no.
But bitch, the point is,
that man needed his own time.
Let me get to. I need that time and place.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, girl.
Girl, let me not get on. But you and Connie, bitch, because you came out, but like.
Okay.
That was season 1. Mind your business.
That
was season 1. That was last season.
I wish my mother had gave me a damn out or like a hint. Like I had to really
I'm
just.
I'm like, how you got 7 coming out stories, bitch?
Fuck you. Mind your business.
But no,
it's a complicated life.
But for real though, Sharon, the thing is, so she was still loving and accepting. She still stuck by, loving, because she that's one thing she told me. She's like, you're my child. I'm love my child. You're my child. I mean, it's not like I could, trade you or give you back. You're my child. I love you. Regardless.
I wish all parents actually had that mindset, regardless to what. Because my thing is, most people, you have a child and you always say, oh, well, I have my child, I'm going to love my child unconditionally.
Until they
but then you put the conditions on them because of who they choose to love. So
some of these motherfuckers will flat out tell you, if they come out gay, what they say, they'll beat them or
they'll beat it.
They say
beat my son ass or whatever.
I just need to understand, what does they have to do? I don't understand why it should even be an issue.
Honey, you gotta beat the gay away.
What does
like I said, they have to deprogram themselves from that the decades of that mindset. It's just a generational thing that shit just was not.
My favorite. My favorite. This is my favorite that they say. Oh, I'm okay with the gays, but not my child.
Right.
And I see a lot of female friends and a lot of female associates would do that too. They very kiki, use the gay lingo, hang out with,
but not their child.
Just let y'all know y'all didn't come up with that lingo y'all using today. Okay, just like
did not.
I mean, with the gays, we take, it's a give and take for black women and black gay. We have a lot more in common than that. That's why we got Precious on here. But it's it's a give and take. Gay men didn't come up with child. That's old black women from the South. But the same way, they didn't come up with shade and reading and all that stuff. That came.
Especially when it be straight dudes, honey. What gets me so loud. Like I said, I have a lot of straight friends. They're cool with me, with stuff like that. It just be some straight dudes be like, yeah, just don't be hitting on me and stuff like that. I mean, cool with you, but I'm like, first of all, don't
nobody want you.
Right.
Who said that?
I hate you.
First of all, you ugly.
Y'all, that is
give me the share right quick, girl.
I hate that so bad. I hate it when people be like, "Oh, we could be cool, but don't try to holler at me."
Right.
Just
Quick,
for a
Nobody wants
song.
you.
quick.
I'm
The
like, girls
woman
don't
next
holler
to
at
you
you.
don't want you.
Quick,
So what make you think he wants you?
Give me the
Don't
screen
nobody
share,
want
girl.
you, baby.
What?
Give me the screen
I
share,
hate
girl.
that. Oh
A
my
screen?
god.
What y'all about to do?
Oh, the screen share. He
Yeah,
wants the screen share.
Cause look, it be dudes that be looking just like this.
Bitch.
Oh.
It
Oh.
I'm like, girls
Uncle
don't even
Timmy
try to
there.
holler at you. So you know about
like,
me.
girls don't even
Oh,
like.
Girls don't even like you.
Looking just like Timmy Turner.
But
That
But-
Timmy Turner.
I ain't gonna lie. We've been off. I ain't gonna say we've been off subject. We've been on the subject and around other subjects pertaining to the subject. But back to the main subject, it's like
Jojo girl, we love you, girl.
live
we
your life,
do.
baby.
I mean,
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm about to say, what did I do? I'm sorry. Y'all gotta say Jojo Siwa because I'm like,
it shouldn't be. I feel like it shouldn't be a big old thing if a celebrity comes out the closet. Honestly, I feel like it should not be because I mean, it's bringing awareness to LGBTQ if we need awareness, but at the same time, it's like, okay, y'all had to put that on CNN, y'all had to put that on Fox.
Honey,
somebody's sexual orientation is all over the news now.
well, I don't know much about others. I don't know much about her, but she's a child celebrity. Like she's a celebrity that caters to children, right?
Yes.
I think that's the scandal of it. It's still a scandal of it all. But when you have a star that caters for that's there for children, that's the whole.
Honey, first of all, it's 2021. Why is coming out still a thing?
Right, you right, Precious. Throw away all the Disney.
If that's the case, we need to throw away the whole Disney. We need to throw away the whole Nickelodeon. We need to throw away everything that's affiliated with children's programming. If that's the case,
right.
I'm not trying to be that
person, but it's Nickelodeon show. It's a Nickelodeon animated show, and one of the characters, the main character's friends, has two dads.
Yeah, the Loud House.
Loud House.
That's on what it is, not the Casa Grandes, but it's the one that before the Casa Grande, the Loud House.
Yeah,
on the Loud House, the little black boy's character has two dads.
Two dads or whatever.
But my thing is, like I said, at the end of the day, you cannot hide these people. Like you can't keep trying to hide it from them.
Right.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. And my thing is, proper parenting should say, let me go ahead and let me educate you about this myself.
Because they're not doing it, so they are trying to bring it into schools. Well, they're putting it in books. They put it in cartoons
because it's the social norm now. It's the social norm.
Because parents don't take the time to be like, okay, look, there are kids out there different than you, but the main thing is that you treat them with respect. Okay. And that's all it takes.
That's what it all boils down.
There are kids out there with two. The whole point of cartoons is to incorporate everything that kids are to teach them what's going on in life. Right now, there are kids with two moms and two dads, so they incorporate that. Like even on Disney, Good Luck Charlie, there was a lady. There were two moms. Like it's what there are a lot of kids there with two moms. So. I mean, but the bottom line is, though, I don't get why coming out is still a thing. I don't know when it's going to stop being a fad of people coming out because, I feel like you shouldn't have to come out, just be who you are, and people will catch the hint on their own. Like, who gives a shit? But
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still nobody's business.
Right, it's no business.
But
I get where Jojo Siwa was.
I get where she's coming from because even if she is coming out, she's like, it's better if I tell them than to let some tabloid tell them before I could say I do this or whatever.
Let me own my own truth.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Before you expose
let me write my own narrative rather than you try to make one up for me. Because that's where the problem comes in. Everybody they want her to still be 7, 8, 9-year-old JoJo still dancing on Dance Moms. They don't want to see her as an evolving, aging young woman.
Baby,
I wouldn't be surprised if they say
Miley Cyrus had to grow up, baby. She couldn't be Hannah Montana forever.
They said Miley sold her soul.
Baby, she couldn't be Hannah Montana.
Because she grew up.
Bisexual too, isn't she?
Yeah. I don't know.
Child.
Miley Cyrus.
Sorry, Molly. I don't know.
what Hannah Montana being 30 years old or being 20 some years old making
with
20?
that damn wig and that damn silver jacket.
Why would Hannah Montana be singing I'm in the club high on perk with some shades on? I ain't about to listen to Hannah Montana singing that shit, baby. No,
child. It's like even when Raven Simone came out, like
I was literally about to say that.
Even when Raven Simone came out, one of the Cheetah Girls, the original Cheetah Girls, you know, the Cheetah Girl. Shit, let's say that because she the only one with a career still.
No shit.
I think at that time she
what
came
you
out
not
in.
gonna do? Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm getting tired of you.
She got far away from that Disney crowd with that though, because she was on the View acting crazy and shit.
Quickly, what you're not gonna do is be talking about them promises.
She is the worst person. Like that. She is a troll. Keely.
I mean, isn't Adrian still on the Real?
Yes. Don't do Adrian. That's my girl.
Yeah, well, she's on there for now.
But that goes there for now. Anyway, but I mean, celebrity, because okay, you got to know. Okay, everybody want to be. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but all these wannabe rappers out here trying to blow up and everything and all that. You got to be like, look, you got to realize the entire world is about to be in your business. Okay, you about to be under the microscope of the world. Okay, so I mean, it's like, do you really want the fame? Because you need to be okay with yourself. Be like, okay, look, you're either going to stay DL or you're not. Like, if you know that because if it get exposed, that's pretty much the end of your career.
Well, they pretty much staying DL because I ain't never heard of a big time rapper really getting out, and I know they out there. We just don't know who.
You just haven't been on the right
keep that shit on lock,
girl.
Huh?
I ain't gonna say they keep that shit on lock. All it takes for them is to make.
But I'm saying we never had one to get exposed like that. And
I was gonna say, if you think about that, think about what happened with Chingy.
What happened with Chingy?
Chingy, back in the day, that's why he kind of got dropped off, because he got exposed for having relations with a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
really?
So it was like after that, you ain't hear nothing from Chingy no more.
You should. Oh,
he get exposed. He did.
So my thing is, it's like I'm not saying you can't have your personal life and your public eye business, whatever. I just feel like in situations like that, it's better that it comes from you up front than you try to hide it and then it comes out later. Like y'all when y'all gonna get tired of the scandal, I guess.
Exactly. Well, people live for a good story. People live for the tea. People always live for the tea.
I mean, but it's not your business.
It's
one of times,
I mean, that would be too much like
always living for the tea till that tea burn your tongue.
Till that tea burn your tongue until
live for
your tea that's being poured out the kettle. You know, everybody don't want to talk about everybody else's business. Everybody, it's baby, especially down here in the South with these card tables. Y'all sit at the card tables and y'all talk about everybody else's business. Everybody else's business. I promise you. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm throwing buku shade when I say this. Can't nobody come to Connie Francis Atkins about the Marquise. Can't. Because baby, when I tell you I got DMs that will ruin friendships, DMs that would separate houses. I'm no home wrecker, but fuck with me, I'll knock over a lamp or two. Don't. Okay. Don't come to Connie talking about you see what your son posting on Facebook and your son looking like that woman who asked me when I was gonna get Connie grandchildren.
Don't do it.
Your son swallowed it, baby.
Don't even do it,
honey. But while you over there talking about you see what your son do, but do you know what your son DM'd me yesterday?
Exactly. How I know your son got a tattoo of a 4-leaf clover by his
stop telling people business.
No, that's nobody's business. I was just giving an example.
Stop telling people business. Period.
I was just giving.
I just want everybody to stop telling other people business.
If you don't want a stone thrown at your glass house, don't come for mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, simple.
But it's people need to just mind their business. Nobody's life should be so. No, your life should not be that boring to where you gotta talk about somebody else's life, and that's on anything. People see somebody with a new car. Oh, she sucked dick for that car.
Okay, and if I did,
I did. I'm still.
It's paid off.
It's paid off.
while you paying your notes and your
Look,
coverage.
look, Jojo. So we gonna say Jasmine Sullivan, baby. I'm on the other side.
I was gonna say Jasmine, like they said, we all out here hoeing if that's the case.
Baby.
We could do a whole
Okay.
show about Jasmine.
You got a trick in your bed every night, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
Every night.
Don't worry about what's going on
real.
over
Lord
here.
knows I
Sit
need
there
an
and play your
upgrade.
cards.
So okay.
Or whatever. But okay, so we got 5 minutes left. It's the time for our final thoughts.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So,
I'm so sick of y'all. Pull your shit together. Come on now.
okay. I'm sorry. Okay,
Pull
so
your shit together.
we got 5 minutes left. It's time for our final thought. Who want to go first?
We give us a final thought, girl. You go first.
I will go first. Okay, so all I'm going to say is keep it cute with your children. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, allow your children to live. Allow your children to be children. Don't tell them what's straight or gay if they're too young to even know. I mean, if children still got to look, if you still got to hold your hand, child going across the road, it's too young to teach them about sexuality. Period, or whatever. That's how I see it. And stop. To all my black parents out there, let's not be the stereotypical black parent. Okay, actually have a heart to heart with your child, and because you never know. But beating your child because you don't understand something, it's totally left, and it's not right. That's my final thought. Just love one another and respect one another. I'm gonna say precious.
Hey, my final thought on the situation is, as a parent, I expect you to teach your child anything you want them to know. That's, beyond classroom knowledge. If you feel like, you don't want your child exposed to gay culture, it's gonna happen regardless. So get ready for it. And not only do you need to get ready for it, but you need to also, as the adult in the situation, don't teach them to hate that person when they come in contact with them. Teach them that, it's okay to be different. It's okay to, love who you love. It's okay. Just like mommy and daddy love you, it's okay for whoever you decide you want to love at the end of the day. That's okay. God is love. So if we're gonna be this Christian household and we're gonna preach about, who should love and all that, teach them that. Teach them that you love everybody. It doesn't matter what they look like, what they smell like, what they sound like. You just love everybody. And as far as JoJo, girl, go live your life, baby, and keep making your money, honey. That's how I feel about that.
Cash at me $20.
Come on, language.
The $20.
Mhm.
Okay.
JoJo, go next.
Okay.
Jojo, talk about Jojo.
Jojo talk about Jojo. That's why I was like, she kept saying, Jojo, live your life. I'm like, okay, girl. No, my final thought is for these parents, baby. Like I was telling y'all about that close loved one. I mean, it's gonna take time, but you will come to know you ain't gonna be able to do shit about nobody's sexuality. If it is, it is. You need to. I don't even know what to say, but it's gonna come to heal. They're you ain't got no choice but to accept it. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. I would really advise anybody out there, particularly parents who kind of have a problem with, I guess, with homosexuality in terms of you don't want your kid to be homosexual. I guess this is cliche, but I guess get to really know somebody, get to know somebody outside of your comfort zone in terms of what you think homosexuality is or whatnot, baby. We don't bite. It is not in the world to be gay. So I mean,
here's what I'm gonna say to that, baby. I'm just say this, like I said, parents, if you don't want gay children, stop having gay babies. Okay, that's simple as that.
Wait, hold up.
Gay babies, yeah, because we come from straight people. At the end of the day,
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. Now
Hold
that part
on.
is the truth right there.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother show.
Now that's
That's
the
a
truth
whole
of
nother
all
episode.
truth.
I can't think of
Right
any one
there.
of us that was raised by gay parents.
Well, first
But
of all, I mean, like I said,
That's the truth of
Jojo
all
Siwa,
truth.
Jojo Siwa girl, we love you and fuck them haters.
I don't know you, Jojo Siwa, but I'm gonna have to pay attention to you now.
Yeah, live
that
your
girl
life,
said,
girl.
"Stop having gay babies."
Live your life.
Yeah, stop having gay
Or just
babies.
Live your
that was
life,
the truth
girl.
of all truths.
Hmm.
If you
Live your
ain't
life,
never heard
girl.
the truth before, you heard it here on Queen
I'm
Talk.
gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real because that's why we here.
Yeah. If you ain't never heard the truth before, you've heard it
There it
today
is. That's a
on this
whole
episode.
benediction
And
of
that's
it.
that on that, Marshawn.
But that's that
Mhm.
on that. Okay, so I'm about to have
Sharon
to.
Jr.
Now check it.
Period.
Precious, you was thinking it. Mashawn said it.
Right. Sharon Jr. said it.
Somebody had to say it. I'm just glad it wasn't me. I ain't gonna hurt their feelings. That's all.
Oh,
I'm just
Girl, you should
okay.
have said that shit.
What it is, they be looking at me and they expect because I'm a
I think we ended at
they
well,
want me to be on their side. And they be like, but I'm not. And they really want me to be on their side and they expect me to just like how they at home teach their children to hate others and teach their children to don't play with him because he's this or don't play with her because she's black or this, that, and other. They just don't know. My classroom is literally the love fest. It's like
that's good.
literally
We
my
need more
classroom is
people.
literally everybody. We a family in my classroom, and my kids will tell you, they're not kids that come in my room. When you come in my room, you might think one thing, but by the time you leave at the end of your 9 months, you know that's not good for me to tell her she's not pretty because she's black, or
Right.
that's not good for me to not like him because he wear glasses and I don't. Like my kids are literally. I've equipped them with the verbiage to be able to say, that's not right.
Yeah.
So I can't help you,
Well,
parents.
baby,
I'm
I hope
sorry.
you're a leader in that school to where you could teach your other colleagues. Hopefully, they're doing the same thing.
I
Please,
received
So,
it in Jesus'
girl,
name.
let
I'm
them know,
trying.
baby. Let them know.
yeah, we need more people like you in the system.
She gonna be principal.
Trying. We
Yeah,
need more
yeah.
people like me in my school system. Yes,
She gonna be
you're right.
superintendent. She gonna be superintendent, baby. We
You
gonna
Baby,
in the
Iberville
minority? Like,
Parish.
it's not
Yeah.
much of y'all.
Not down here in Iberville.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought it was
I
sprinkles.
mean,
Oh,
we got. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying we ain't got hardly none,
mm-hmm.
but it's a little.
It'd be better if we had enough.
Had a little
We don't,
more.
let me say it like this: we don't have enough of us in actual leadership positions.
Leadership.
Well, guess
I'm gonna
what?
say it like
Guess what,
that.
baby? We gonna claim that Precious is the Rosa Park of the school system, baby.
Isha Lakandala.
Now
Yeah.
I'm not coming out my classroom.
Look, I'm not coming out my classroom, baby. I'm
Oh no, I'm
Okay.
coming out because when I come out of my classroom, I'm going to be taking your office. So I need it to be packed up by the time I get there. And that's just that on that.
Oh.
exact.
All
It's
right.
going
Okay,
to be
so
packed up.
thank you guys for watching. We are winding down to the end of season 2. We will be back. We got a couple more episodes. We got a couple more episodes plus a Valentine's Day special that you don't want to miss, but y'all may end up missing because we need some guests, some engaged couples, some nice couples that are so in love, you know,
Like real in love, not
like
that
real
fake.
in love, not that off
Not
and
the
on again
social
shit
media
that
in
y'all be
love though.
doing.
Not that we've been dating for a month shit now.
Yeah,
No.
you
Not
know.
social media in love.
So if that is you, please inbox us, and we would love to have you on the show. It won't be everybody that apply, but you know, that Valentine's is Single Awareness Day is around the corner. But so from us from us over what Precious is married, so you know.
The Precious, like, who you talk about, girl? That's like just
Precious is in love, but
People.
so we would love to have you on here to express your love and teach others about what it is, what it means to find that person. So from all of us here at Queen Talk, thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the comments. Keep those comments coming. I'm DeMarquise.
I'm Jojo.
Precious.
and Michonne.
We don't know which direction.
Right. I'm
And
sorry. I'm sorry.
But
I'm waiting on y'all to talk and then point.
But
But
each person is different on each screen.
on every screen, Zoom got to fix that for $15 a month.
oh, say that.
Me.
Oh,
Well, I use my Zoom for other things, So why not?
Anyways, guys.
Anyways, I'm right
We're
on my
gonna see y'all
taxes.
in the comments.
We're gonna see y'all in the
Bye-bye.
comments. Thank y'all so much. And remember to love each other. Okay, now bye. Wait, no. Stop. Okay.
Mm-mm.